Oh, good evening, Carol and John shoppers. I wasn't prepared. Welcome to Tuesday. It was a weird one for us, honestly. Whoa.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Look at that.
Whoa.
And if Kyle felt like being on film, he has one too. Uh-oh. There you go.
Whoa.
These are our first t-shirts in like 20 years. And the last ones didn't even have our logo on them. So guess what? I took John's credit card. No, I'm just kidding. I did though. We made t-shirts, which is really cool because we're all t-shirt junkies. Me especially. So we made t-shirts. We're super stoked about it. We only made 200 of them. You cannot have an orange one because we want to feel special too. But please come and get a t-shirt, support us, and make sure I don't lose my job for making an executive decision. We have black and gray t-shirts available for the shop, and they are awesome. We have them in every size, small through 3XL. They've got a paw print on them because we love our cat, right? No, he doesn't love us though. Gray, black, your choice. We'll get it out of the back for you, and you can support us from afar. So thank you in advance.
And out and about.
Yeah, out and about. Take it to another state, to another country. We had a guy from another city who was going to another country wearing one already. They just came in last week, so come grab one. We're super stoked. We're super stoked. But there's a lot to get through today, so yes, buy a t-shirt. They are $25. We will happily hold one for you. Please just leave a little comment or an email, and we'll do that. Coming up, less than a week, a little more than a week, Dave Michelini is going to be here to do a signing on Saturday, July 22nd. He'll be here from noon to 8 doing an open signing. You get 5 signatures for free. If you'd like more than that, it's a $10 cost. You just have to get in the back of the line. But get more, get 20, get 40, pay him because all that money goes to a cat rescue charity, Purring Pals. Purring Pals. So we're all really stoked about that. He's a great guy from what I gather in his emails. And we're excited to see him here. He is going to be here in the midst of our Not at Comic-Con sale, which is going on every year during San Diego Comic-Con on the other side of the country. Here, we're going to have half off all of our back issues, which I'm going to say more about in a minute, and also 10% off everything in the store. If you're a dollar diver, this foyer is going to be open and full of dollar issues, a lot of which have not been processed because we've been buying a few medium-sized collections here and there. We haven't gotten a good meaty one in a while, but a lot of excess books have made it into the dollar stock, and a lot of keys have hit the wall. We've got, I don't have a lot of time, but we've got first Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes, we've got an Amazing Spider-Man 300, we've got the Venom, Deadpool, What If, we got first Gambit, we've got first Captain Marvel. Take a quick look, pause your video, but more stuff's hitting the wall every day, it seems like. We're getting to a lot of, with the smaller collections, we're able to process some stuff that have been hanging around the back for a while. You will notice that John Shear is not here this evening. It's just me, Andrea, and Kyle because John Shear chose baseball over us. He's watching the All-Star game, so hi, John Shear. That's the only dig I'll throw his way. What else? Oh, in the vein of signings, upcoming after Dave Michelini, which we're focused on right now, in September on the 23rd, we are going to have, where did I put him? Follow me, Kyle. We are going to have Philip Kennedy Johnson in doing a signing. He just wrote the amazing first issue of The Incredible Hulk, the new ongoing series for Marvel. So we've got a bunch of those. Come pick one up, get it signed on the 23rd of September. More details to come. In the weeks following that, we are going to have Mark Wade here. If you get the shop email, John gave you some details about that. He is doing some programming stuff with the library, art museum. I'm getting all these. Everybody's coming to town.
The Cleveland Public Library. Some stuff is with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's with Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Okay. And I can't remember what's what, but
right.
Like,
but
everyone is.
We will have all of the details. Mark Wade is going to be here. We're going to host a trivia off because Mark Wade is like a Silver Age trivia champion for comic books. So that'll be coming up on October 13th.
Friday the
13th. If you celebrate. I don't know. I celebrate privately. No, man. And then right after that, Cena Grace, who's been in the shop before and we all really like a lot, is going to be here also. Oh, it's not. Jack Daniels is calling. That's a sign. So yeah, we've got a stacked house this year for signings, and we're super stoked about it because it doesn't happen every year. So those guys are going to be here. What did I miss? We went over all this so many times.
I think that's it.
First appearances.
Yep.
Time for first appearances. Before we get to first appearances, since we're on new stuff this week, you will notice the table is very full, but also lacking. We did not get our diamond shipment this week. I'm assuming because the holiday delayed everything. So we don't have image books and we don't have boom books at the moment. They are going to come in tomorrow morning as far as my shipping tracking goes. So if you're missing something from your file, bear with us. We'll have it in there. I'm on top of it. Kyle's on top of it. Andrew's on top of it. Winston's on top of it. Don't worry. But first appearances, there's plenty of them. Let's get started with Marvel. X-Men Days of Future Past Doomsday #1 is the first appearance of Sprite and Goliath. They are Colossus's and Kitty Pryde's children. So that's cool. Moon Knight #25, big old anniversary issue, looks like a trade paperback, is the first appearance of the third Scarlet Scarab and the third Black Spectre.
Yeah.
Unstoppable Doom Patrol #4 is the first appearance of Meta Woman on the DC side of things. This is not cover A. Actually, none of these are cover A. The first appearance of the Sleepless Queen and Rustbringer is in Night Terror's Zatanna #1. In Night Terror's Shazam #1, you've got Nightmare Captain, the Nightmare Captain. And then in Night Terror's Robin #1, you've got the first appearance of Nightmare Robins. And they are creepy. Super creepy. But yeah, that's a big old pile of first appearances. I'm going to let Andrea put those back in their spots on the table. And we'll start at the bottom over here with some Dave McElhaney hardcovers. So we've got a whole Dave McElhaney section of stuff to get signed. Over there in the corner, we'll happily show you when you come in. These are our recommended awesome gallery edition Spider-Man books that I'm sure he would love to talk to you about. John Dudas also put out some DC ratio variants at cover price, so we've got a bunch of those. You got Batman, Superman, stuff from the last year or so. Great opportunity to get some rarer covers for cover price. Previews came out last week. We still got a couple of those. And then you'll notice that instead of Image, we got IDW on this side of the table. Oh, no, you're right. On this side of the table. A bunch of Turtles. So starting off with Turtles this week, you've got a awesome crossover. Actually, we got asked about a bunch today, which is kind of cool. The TMNT Stranger Things crossover. Look at that.
Love this cover.
Look at that.
So cool.
Very fun. It's exactly as fun as you think. There's a lot of D&D puns. There's a lot of, like, the kids in Stranger Things don't think the Turtles are that weird because they've seen a bunch of weird stuff already. So we've got cover A for that one in that big pile. We'll do it. Do you know them? Or Okay. We got cover B. Splinter. We got cover C. We got cover D. If you would like a specific cover, go ahead and reference the letter that I just said. Star Wars, the most... I apologize, Star Wars.
Ooh.
Star Trek,
Ooh.
the motion picture Echoes, the miniseries, is on issue #3. Right above that, we've got Star Trek, the current ongoing series, on number 10. We got an extra variant in the shipment, so that's a 1 in 10 variant. Fun. Next to it, no, this one, because of the annual.
That's right.
TMNT Annual for 2023 was awesome. It is a story involving time travel. I don't want to give too much away. I'm not a huge Turtles follower, but I read this issue. I ate this issue up. It's very, very fun. So some good references to current Turtles miniseries, but it's a standalone story. That'll be our cover. We'll call it's cover B, and we don't have any cover A's on the table. And then we have a 1 in 10 variant, which is awesome. Then Turtles Ongoing is on number 141, with probably our favorite cover A of the week.
Yeah, it's pretty
really,
sweet.
at least in the small press arena. And then 1 in 10 variant for that one. The Turtles are lost. Oh no. New miniseries from IDW for the Rocketeer. So this is their 2023 miniseries, Den of Thieves. I believe it's a 5-parter. This will be your cover A. That'll be your cover B. Blank cover. And a 1 in 10 variant. All art cover. And then Earth Divers is on number 8. It's the second part of their current story arc in the Ice Age. Right above that, from last week, because John Shear, who's not here because he's watching baseball, is and one of our favorite complete series on the not DC or Marvel side of things is Irredeemable. It's a very dark, not Superman, but Superman story by, what do you know, Mark Waid. So buy it. Get him to sign it in October. Then we've got collected editions from Marvel, 2 epic collections, a Star Wars one, it's Tales of the Jedi Volume 3, and Daredevil, the epic collection, A Touch of Typhoid. I think it's a new printing. One of our favorite current ongoing runs from Marvel is Chip Zdarsky's Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, Ryan North's Fantastic Four. Fantastic Alex Ross covers, great artwork, great single Scooby-Doo-esque adventures.
Yeah.
Really digging it. So that's the volume 1 for that. I think it's the first 5 issues. And then probably the best Doctor Strange run of the past few years, even if Dominique Cates is off the rails at the moment. All of his Doctor Strange writing. So this is when Mephisto takes over Vegas. Johnny Blaze is King of Hell. There's a lot that goes on here. They introduce Doctor Strange's current ghost dog companion, Bats. Fantastic read. Big old tome of stuff for only $40. So that's like 20 issues and stuff. So that's it for collected Marvel. We've got 3 reprints, all Spider-Man. Spider-Man number 26, which we'll reference a little later, is the death of a major character in the Spider-Universe. Very touching issue. Then we've got Spider-Man number 7, which is the first appearance of Spider-Boy. That's on its 3rd printing. And then Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, reprinted with an all-art cover with a couple first appearances in there, so that's probably a smart one to grab. Non-superhero stuff has 2 Star Wars series. You got Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 36 with the Boba Fett and Death Sticks variant, and then Star Wars Darth Vader number 36 also.
You can say it for once. Want to buy some Death Sticks?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny. I wish it was just him on the cover now.
Yeah.
One more non-superhero book for Marvel. You got Planet of the Apes number 4. This will be your cover A. I'm gonna save that monkey, man. And then I'm over monkeys after we looked at that Sheena cover that was in previews the other day. Weirdest looking monkey I've ever seen.
Strange.
Ask us to look at it later. We'll show you. And then cover B for Planet of the Apes. Then we got Red Goblin number 6. This will be your cover A, and the symbiote other variant, or the Stegman other symbiote variant. Probably our new favorite Marvel miniseries after we all just read it a couple minutes ago.
Love it.
Loki is a 4-issue miniseries. Number 2 is freaking spectacular. Number 1 was great. Number 2 just blew it out of the water. So we got 2 more issues left. I cannot wait. Anybody who has any interest in weapons mythology, I guess?
Yeah.
Mythology in general, but like this weapon crafting angle is awesome. Great language, and narrated by evil fingernails.
Yep.
Not just fingernails anymore. I'm now convinced that they are evil. Right?
Oh, they're mean. They're mean.
What is it called? Fingernails of the Unloved.
That's true. Yep.
So we've got Loki cover A for number 2, and then we got a cover B.
Yep.
Let's do more Loki.
Sure.
What If is going to have a series of one-shots starting with this one. So What If Dark is the subtitle, and we got Loki. It's a one-shot. This is described as Asgard's worst day and Loki's best day. So that's your What If.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Loki definitely holds that hand.
He's
Right there.
man.
He's written by Walt Simonson.
Nice.
Which is sweet. And that was our cover A I was holding up, and then we got cover B there next to it by Chichetto. Thank you. Number 4 of Warlock Rebirth, that miniseries is on its penultimate issue. So that'll be your cover A. This will be your cover B. And then we've got the last issue of the Rogue and Gambit current miniseries. That's cool. Immortal X-Men is on issue number 13. And this will be your cover B. Next to it, you got X-Force on number 42. It looks like a bad day for them. And a variant by James Stokoe. Scarlet Witch on number 6. She's got some cosmic adventuring going on in this one. And it's a weird Marvel week when you got Amazing Spider-Man down in the middle of the table and not near the top. So Amazing Spider-Man is dealing with a very mad scientist version of Doc Ock. Some great J. Jonah Jameson writing in here. Next to you, you've got the Disney variant. They're doing by every other issue. I was going to try and make up a term there. It didn't work. Bi-issually. Awful. So this one's Captain Marvel Minnie Mouse, which is awesome. And then I forgot.
Oh, no.
It was in my head. You forgot too.
I did.
The villain variant.
Yep.
Yay, villain web variant.
The webby one.
And it's a whole row of Spider-Man with Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 8. Hobgoblin is back. It's a homage cover on cover A. Referencing ASM 238. And then we've got a 1 in 25 variant available for that one. Web of Carnage is a one-shot wrap, kind of an epilogue wrapping up the Carnage Reigns miniseries or crossover event. So that's continuing with the Summer of Symbiote stuff. This will be your cover A. This will be your cover B.
Kendrick Lim.
By Kendrick Lim. And then 1 in 25 variant on the table there. Is that the Extremist thingy? No. I'm making
No.
Don't listen to me. Big facsimile edition, which is actually a new printing of a facsimile, but they threw in a twist. We got Hulk 181
Facsimile edition, $3.99. First appearance of Wolverine. Can't beat her for $4. It's not 4,000, which is way better. But the twist is they did a foil variant, which is really cool. They charge us a little extra for it, so it's marked up a bit. But it's super spiffy, shiny, and I can say spiffy because John Shear's not here. Because he's watching baseball. I said I was only going to do that dig. I didn't say I was only going to do it once. Whole row of X-Men, that Days of Future Past, X-Men Days of Future Past Doomsday is a mini-series. I think it's 4 issues, might be 5, don't quote me. Definitely has the first appearance of Kitty and Colossus's kids. It is also a prequel story to the Days of Future Past storyline, which is in Uncanny 141 and 142. So if you are an X fan, this is literally made for you. Rob Liefeld did a variant. He calls the Homagers, which doesn't have Deadpool on it for once. We got the Saturday morning cartoon variant. We've got the Stormbreakers variant, and we've got the ever rare 1 in 50 variant. Up above that, we're on Groot number 3 for the miniseries. And then next to it, the anniversary issue of Moon Knight, number 25. Like I said, it's a honker. $9.99.
Enormous right on the cover.
Oh, thank you.
So you know.
So they know.
It's a one whole story too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and there's no ads in there.
you get also a short story at the end that's going to lead up to the City of the Dead. So
I'm so looking forward to it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of Scarlet Scarab stuff. So this should be your cover A for Moon Knight. We've got the Frank Miller variant, which is rad at cover price, $9.99 by the way. Werewolf by Night negative space variant, and we've got a 1 in 25, which Kyle snagged one.
Yep.
Doesn't happen often, but it happens. Another big facsimile this week in the vein of X-Men 101. You got the Dark Phoenix, so $3.99. Again, not a $100 book. Very easy to say, I'm going to snag that, and none of them have gone down in price. And then at the top of the Marvel table, a big, sad one-shot. Fallen Friend is the epilogue story to the death of Miss Marvel, which happened in ASM 26, the one reprint down there this week. It is a 3-story issue involving all of the groups that Miss Marvel belonged to, was associated with, friends and family, the Champions, and the Avengers. And they're all very heartfelt. It's a good send-off. We'll see what comes of this in the future, but I mean, Marvel has a couple classified books in the pipeline, so who knows. But send off to Miss Marvel. Spidey's sad about it. We've got, I didn't mean for that to sound so insincere, but it did. And then next to it, we've got an homage cover for the death of Captain Marvel, but involving Miss Marvel. Alfane? It's ALF.
Yeah, it's
Cover B, not the homage cover. Man, we're bad at this without John Shear, who's watching baseball instead. And then the 1 in 25 variant, which is more celebratory. I like that cover.
Yeah, Villa Lobos. Yeah, I got one.
This is normally the part where I would pass it off to John Shear, but just kidding. I'm just kidding. I won't do it. Top of the DC table is awesome. We were all pleasantly surprised. You never know what to do with event books, with kind of big crossover stuff. Night Terrors #1 official is not a book. It's not a bookend book. It's the beginning of the miniseries. It was fantastic. You've got great Deadman narration. You've got good Batman interaction. The Nightmare Insomnia, the villain, is creepy. He spawns some creepy helpers. They are invading everybody's dreams, nightmares, waking nightmares. Some people are trying to stay awake. It's really interesting how they're going to use some characters in the DCU who aren't people, I guess. Who aren't, I don't know, sleeping, waking beings. Like robots.
Okay. Yeah.
Robots are creatures who can handle
Metahumans that are...
Specifically, Zatanna is a human, but she's using spells to keep herself awake, so they're really, stretching themselves really thin. Great artwork. I'm a Deadman sucker, and there's a really solid twist at the end for connections to past DC people. But they're searching for a thing called the Nightmare Stone, which seems like it's going to cause some ripples, make some waves.
Mm-hmm.
Loving me some Night Terrors. But we got a bunch of covers for these. I'm going. All right. The neon cover is awesome. Get a black light. Have yourself a party. I said it politely. We've got the Deadman Batman variant.
Mm-hmm. Alex Maleev.
Alex Maleev, yeah. So that one's fantastic. I picked that one up. Then we've got Matina doing a strictly Deadman cover, and he's looking like he's having quite a time. I definitely agree. And next to it, I love a good rarity at the top of the table. You got a 1 in 100 sketch variant Below that, we've got a 1 in 50 black and white of the Malieve, and then 1 in 25. I forget what they were calling this, like the trade dress or something
Trade
like
dress,
that.
yep.
Yeah, so Batman with a gun for a face is just having a casual conversation. No big deal.
I'll do it.
Among the Night Terror stuff, we do have some cover A's on reorder, but we don't have many cover A's on the table because this event got some buzz last minute, so we've got some pre-orders, but we did some reorders, so if you're looking for a cover A, let us know. If not, we'll throw a cover price variant in your file. The Zatanna is the Midnight variant right there on the table. Next to that, we've got Night Terror Shazam. This will be number 1. Cover B, again, if you want cover A's, let us know. And then we've got a 1 in 25 variant. It is mostly a Miss Marvel story, but all their nightmares involve their entire cast of characters if you're interested in the main character.
That one, the ending,
Oh,
it's harsh.
it's shocking. Yeah,
I
they don't.
was not expecting that.
Let's just say, like, the Nightmare Captain super duper earns that name,
Yeah.
right? Whole row of Night Terror's Flash, so that'll be your cover A. Cover B. Cover C, we'll call it Broken Mirror.
Clark.
Clark, thank you. Oh, man, you knew. 1 in 50 variant, which is, I would not want to go up against that.
Yeah, it's
And then
horrifying.
the Kyle Holtz 1 in 25 variant, which I know John Shear grabbed, so I can say that for him.
Again, horrifying.
Horrifying. Well, it's called Night Terrors.
I'm terrified. Nightly.
Night Terror's Green Lantern here on the table. You've got a Sinestro backup story in this one. Speaking of which, on cover B, Sinestro also having a bad day. A lot of bad days on this table. Then we've got the 1 in 50 variant and 1 in 25 variant. Looks like the entire core is having a horrible day. Probably my second favorite cover of the week, or my favorite superhero cover. A little bit of a Jaws reference. You got Night Terror's Robin. This is our cover B. Yeah. It's awful. I mean, like, it's scary. Like, it's... and then we got 1 in 25 variant. Also freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
They're really
Yep.
leaning into it.
Yep.
Okay, let's get a little more lighthearted.
There we go.
Mark Wade wrote a book. What do you know? It's like we have a signing coming up, and we're super stoked about it.
Huh.
World's Finest Teen Titans, number 1 of 6. It's a miniseries.
Yeah, I don't remember how many.
I think it's 6. Miniseries. Is a retelling of the early days of the Teen Titans. So there's a little bit of angst. There's some growing pains. They don't really know how they're working together, how they're going to fit. Speedy's kind of a jerk. Robin's kind of a jerk. Wonder Girl doesn't really care. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, especially as not a typical Teen Titans fan. I learned some stuff. And John Shear wasn't here for me to ask him. He's the Teen Titans expert. But great start to a miniseries. Great little retelling from a golden age in DC. I'm sorry, a silver age in DC. Let's do the math.
Do you know the variant covers for this one? Or are we,
This one is the Shaner.
oh, Doc Shaner. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Chung. Blank. 1 in 25. 1 in 50.
And this is even better. The 1 in 50 is even better after you read the book because the hashtag has some jokes associated with it.
Oh, I was wondering.
Yeah. Danger Street finally back. We're on issue number 7. Thank you. I would have figured it out in there eventually. Then we've got Harley screws up the DCU. That's on number 5. And we got a cover B variant for that one by Acuna, thank you. Wildcats is on issue number 9 of their current ongoing series. And we've got issue number 3 of Spirit World. Unstoppable Doom Patrol's on number 4 of 7. That aforementioned first appearance of Metal Woman. My next on my reading stack is Superman Lost, a fantastic Superman miniseries that I think is being readily ignored by DC fans.
I think so, too.
And it shouldn't be because it's good. Hard hitting. And we got a 1 in 25 variant available for that one.
Jay Lee.
Yeah, Jay Lee. Always killing it. Batman Incorporated is on number 10.
I didn't realize this was a Showdown cover.
Oh, yeah.
I love a good Showdown cover.
Oh, yeah. That's a Joker. Not a first appearance of a Joker guy for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
And then we got a cover B variant for that one. Looks like Joker's going to get stabbed. Probably his last day. Batman TMNT has had 3 miniseries in the past couple of years, and they collected them all in one gigantic hardcover omnibus. So that's $100, and you get all of it. DC Mech, the most recent miniseries wrapped up last year, is collected in a hardcover, which is a bold choice, I think, honestly. And then I Am Batman. This is the last paperback volume. Oh, no, this is the first paperback volume. They did all the rest of them in hardcover, so that's volume 1 with the John Ridley stuff. Speaking of paperback, Suicide Squad, Get Joker, the DC Black Label 3 issue, all collected in affordable paperback, not hardcover anymore. And now we got a couple small press series. Con and On is a miniseries starting from Ahoy. It is, if you've ever been to a comic book convention, experienced in any way, shape, or form, that includes being in the city where it's being hosted, because they tell some stories from like bars and restaurants around the area and how they kind of deal with con people. They do use the word nerds kind of an absurd amount, like to the point where I'm a little offended. Like, hey, you're writing a book about it. Like, you don't have to call us that. But with San Diego Comic-Con coming up, it's a fun nod to con culture.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah.
And that's number 1. We got a few of those on the table. Yeah, sure. Lonesome Hunters on their second miniseries from Dark Horse, number 1. And and then one more Dark Horse. Murder Inc. Jagger Rose. Am I saying that right? That's
Yeah, Jagger Rose.
Number 3. Rick and Morty starts a new series, Heart of Rickness. A little reference to Heart of Darkness. That'll be your cover A. This will be your movie variant cover. That's terrifying. Terrifying. And then from Scout, we've got the second issue of Black Demon Tales, which wasn't it focusing on like cryptids, like awful cryptids?
It was like I think it was Mexican and like South
like
American
South American folklore.
mythos.
That's right.
This one was a shark story too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
This one looks like a more awful shark story. From Oni, you've got Action Journalism, and then we've got the original graphic novel, 8 Limbs. Below that, just to refresh, we've got a whole bunch of Across the Spider-Verse action figures. Personal fave of Spider-Punk, but we got Spot, Spider-Punk. The only one we ran out of was Spider-Man 2099 because he was all jacked and awesome looking. And then a new one from the Spider-Man 2 minigame. Spider-Man 2 game coming out in October. You stoked?
I'm so pumped. I'm so excited.
Miles Morales with sweet Venom hands and Spider-Cat, or who will become Spider-Cat.
Yes.
Prefer to have the mascot, but that's fine. We got an all ages section, nice little chunk of the bottom of the table. Looney Tunes number 273. My Little Pony 40th anniversary special. That's cute, actually. My New Life as a Cat, volume 2 on the manga side of things. Casa Grandes, you got the 3 graphic novels in 1. Did you hear my accent? Because I've been doing my Duolingo. Nailed it. Sorry. Not to brag or anything. The absolute cutest thing in the entire world is Bluey and Bingo's Fancy Restaurant Cookbook. It is a cookbook that you can absolutely access with younger readers. They like lay everything out for you. They have the cutest little instructions that's like, ask your dad to start the oven, or your parent to start the oven. It's fantastic.
And
And
there's
they've got
some
like
fancy food in there too.
they have like crepes and
It's like-
fancy omelets and everything. It's fun.
I didn't crack that yet.
We were flipping through. Yeah, we did. We were looking
I
at it
did.
last week. Oh, maybe that's
Oh,
me or
I
her.
think it was fun.
Yeah. Thanks,
well.
guys.
Original graphic novel, Dear Rosie. Really great. Always great. The I Am series. We got an I Am Wonder Woman by Brad Meltzer. Rise of the TMT, the complete collection. So it's all the cartoon-esque TMNT series collected there. And then 3 Marvel books, but one's more exciting than the other 2. Marvel vs. Spider-Woman. The Mighty Marvel Masterworks of Amazing Spider-Man. This will be volume 4. And then the Marvel Sticker Anthology is the coolest sticker collection I've ever seen in my entire life. Not only does it have like every bit of classic artwork character stickers all the way through it, it's got these freaking awesome full-page classic comic cover stickers. They peel right off.
Mm-hmm.
They're all throughout the book. They've got every Marvel character you can possibly want in here. They've got the old like logos. I think there's like a Foom one in the back here somewhere.
Yeah.
You got freaking Lockjaw, Valkyrie. I mean,
The Thanos chapter.
yeah. If you're not getting it just for the Thanos copter sticker, I'm gonna buy a new water bottle just to marvel it. But that's it, true believers. I think we've covered a huge table, and we were missing a third of our books. So if you have any questions about us missing books or about any of the Night Terrors cover A's, let us know. It seems like there's just some delays for the holidays, but other than that, no big deal.
Come buy a shirt.
Please. The one thing to note about the shirts at the very end of the video is that we did only make 200, and we will make more, but they're going to be different designs. So if you like this design, get it now. Right?
Yep.
Right.
There it is again.
Hopefully everybody has a wonderful Tuesday evening, and we will see you for your comics tomorrow.